Next, I guess, are tracks, or is there keys too?
Nope, just tracks.
Tracks are, I know your style, so I know tracks you're pretty heavily dependent on tracks.
Right.
That really depends on the organization you're at. Some of the where I used to be, not at all. It was all live orchestra, choir, very different. In this world, you're relying pretty heavily on those tracks, I assume.
Yeah.
So I just I start listening to what's there, and
This is where utilizing our resources on Planning Center, you knowing what's coming from that, what you're listening for. Is that the track or is that the live player? How does this part fit? Oh, the hook is in the tracks. I got to get the hook out there, or whatever's going to happen.
Is it the same tracks across all your campuses?
Yep.
So it's somebody else has figured it out? Because I would say that's one of the other relational things that I deal with in my organization is I'm constantly talking to the music director, hey, you added an extra guitar in there, but he's doing that same part. Can we remove that? Or, hey, there's a snare hit. Can we take that? And that, having that ability to have that conversation is really huge. But let's just take a listen to see what we got. Yeah, so that's where all your fun stuff's at. Hopefully, if the tracks are produced right, you don't need to do too much. Again, just like the keyboard, there might be some of this nasty because you've got so many other guitars and keyboards doing other stuff. You might get rid of some of this middle stuff. I'm trying to listen. I don't hear. Sometimes tracks too, that kind of stuff can get nasty and kind of bright and brittle. So you might need to get rid of some of that stuff. Don't be scared to get rid of that stuff. If it sounds harsh to you, it sounds harsh to everybody else. So don't be scared of it. Those tracks sound nice though. Let's see what else comes in here in a second. I don't see anything else. There we go. Like that stuff. If that's not mixed properly, that stuff can really get out of hand real fast.
Let me go back here.
And see, that's doing the exact same thing that the kick drum would be doing. So knowing that it's in there, you're not necessarily going to get rid of it, but you want to pay attention that it's there because the kick drum is doing the same thing. Maybe on that song, you use a snapshot, you say, I don't want all that. And I kind of just get rid of it on that song and let the kick drum do it. Or vice versa, you can pull the kick drum a little bit. Like if it's like a more EDM style, like you might really want to use the track and not as much of the real kick drum. So it's all about understanding what that music is. There's the guitars, which are most of the time, any of the guitar tracks in my world would just be, it's a rhythm. It's not any of the lead stuff. The lead stuff is going to all come from the player on stage. So it's not super distracting. It's really just giving body and a fullness to the mix. My guess, though, if it's just guitars, I might actually go ahead and throw in a high pass just because I'm used to it. And again, track guitars, I might get rid of some of that nasty in the middle.
It just feels good to do it, right?
It really does. It makes me feel like I'm supposed to do it. But like I can hear that 2K from here. I don't like it. I'm gonna probably get rid of some of that. And it's gonna sound kind of funky. It's not exactly what I would do if it was the guitar by itself, but I know I'm gonna add those on top of it. So it's again, I want it to kind of sit in the background just a little bit. Unless
you're gonna have that freedom because you have the two players with the pure tone playing live. You take that track and affect it a little more, make it sound something drastically different.
That's how you hide something and giving it fullness without it being distracting or kind of taken away from the mix is pulling certain frequencies out that gives the body, but it's not the thing that's at the front of the mix. Again, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna listen to
Go back to your primary again,
Sounds heavy from here. I can't tell though. I apologize. Hopefully it sounds wonderful, but maybe not.